Did you enjoy your time overall in AEW?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was good.
So why like the release or let go or the contract ran out? Like what was the situation there? What happened?
No, I told the story a lot. A lot of it was my fault, as I just got lazy as sin. I was out of shape, and like if you're booking and paying Jack Evans, you're expecting like crazy high flying stuff, and like I got so out of shape, I wasn't even able to like do my own style or whatever. Like you're saying earlier, I was wrestling like people that I'm ashamed to be grouped up with. I was wrestling really bad, and then at the same time that was happening, that I was just kind of off the ball, is the roster grew huge. Like at one point, I think it had over 100 people signed, like without even any exaggeration. So when it gets that big, eventually there's got to be cuts, and then, like I can't even disagree with them. You know what I mean? Like at that point, I would have cut me too. So the cuts had to be made, and I just was part of that.
So was the contract up or you were just outright released?
Oh no, the contract was up. I'm sorry. When I say cut, they didn't actually end my contract early. No, I really like the style the AEW does, where if they sign you for 3 years, like barring there's no like incident, then they keep you that 3 years. So they may not use you. You may be stuck at home, but you still get whatever you were guaranteed. You know what I mean? They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. At least as far as I know, they don't do like early releases. Just we don't want you no more. Get out of here. Like it's if we have you, if we agreed to this amount of time, you're here this amount of time. Like so for me, no, it wasn't actually cut. It was I wasn't re-signed.
That is kind of like a breath of fresh air because WWE sometimes you'll hear like a guy gets his big deal, then like Bray Wyatt or something, and all of a sudden he gets released. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that is very good that Tony does that and makes sure it's the guy's contract. He obliges the contract. He fulfills to the end of the contract. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it helped me out a lot because like I kind of knew I was like not in the doghouse. It made it sound like I had like mass amounts of heat, but I kind of knew I was going to be getting cut early. And so it just not being instantly released, like that week or whatever, it allows you to plan, you know what I mean, for the future without being signed. So
Yeah, absolutely. Would you be open to going back if that if that opportunity arose?
of course, who doesn't want to be on the salary contract? Come on. No, yeah, I mean, I'd go back in a hot second, but I don't see that happening just because even though I am way more on the ball and everything, I'm not like all out of shape as I was and everything. They still have that giant roster.
Yeah.
So I like if I was them, I don't want to say they should cut or release people because you don't want anyone to get released. You know what I mean? Want everyone to make as much as they can from wrestling. But I definitely would not be expanding the roster anymore at this point. So I mean, I'd love to go back, but from business wise, like if I'm a third person looking at the situation, I don't think they should be signing anyone. So